because I don't like confusing books. All so intriguing, and I have so many questions and none of them are being answered, and by God is it a trip. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and this is the Astral Library, and it's officially sweater weather here in California, which is amazing. I'm so happy to be back in a hoodie because I was sick of the heat and it's nice and cool right now and I'm excited for it. And what better to kick off this cozy weather than another 24 for 2024 challenge, because we are rapidly approaching the end of the year and I still have quite a few books left, so we'll see if I'm able to make it. We're gonna go back to our basics. So I have my handy dandy jar here filled with the remaining books, which are plentiful. There's only one book in here that I think that if I get it, I'm actually going to remove it from the list. In fact, let me just go ahead and do that right now. It is not that one. It is actually American Gods by Neil Gaiman. I don't want to do a video on Neil Gaiman right now because of all the accusations going on with the sexual assault. So we're just gonna take him out of rotation. Okay, every other book though should be good to go. Okay, I'm a little nervous. What are we gonna get? Oh, please be a big chunky fantasy. I mean, most of these are kind of fantasies. Okay, I have two in my hand. Let's go this one. The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. It's not a chunky fantasy, I don't think, but it is gonna be a vibey book, which might be what I need because I'm still a little burnt out about fantasy. But let me go grab this from where I put it. I've moved my books around, so give me a second. I've returned and I've got The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I've read The Night Circus eons ago and I loved it, and I've been really interested in reading this, but I've been nervous because Erin Morgenstern's writing is very vibey and not very plotty. Sometimes that's up my alley, sometimes it's not, but we'll have to see how I view this one. I have no idea what this book is about, to be honest with you. I know it's pretty. I know people who don't like The Night Circus can enjoy this one, and people who like The Night Circus also enjoy this one, but I specifically heard that if they didn't like The Night Circus, that they enjoyed this one more. So I'm curious to see if that's going to be the case for me. I love The Night Circus, but I'm wondering if I'm going to like this one more because maybe it has more of a structure to it than The Night Circus does. I don't know, but I'm curious to see how it goes. It is chunky though. Like, this is okay, it says it's 500 pages. I don't know how much I believe that, but it says it's 500 pages. This feels like bigger than 500 pages if I'm honest. And the text is not that tiny. Let me go ahead and read the synopsis because it's been forever since I've read the synopsis of these books, and I don't really know what it's about. So let's go ahead and read it together. So, far beneath the surface of the sea, upon the shores of the Starless Sea, there is a labyrinth collection of tunnels and rooms filled with stories. The entryway that leads to this sanctuary are often hidden, sometimes on forest floors, sometimes in private homes, sometimes in plain sight. But those who seek will find. Their doors have been waiting for them. Zachary Ezra Rollins is searching for his door, though he does not know it. He follows a silent siren song and an inexplicable certainty that he is meant for another place. When he discovers a mysterious book in the stacks of his campus library, he begins to read and is entranced by the tales of love-worn prisoners, lost cities, and nameless acolytes. Suddenly, a turn of the page brings Zachary to a story from his own childhood and possibly written in this book that is older than he is. A bee, a key, and a sword emblazoned on the book lead Zachary to two people who will change the course of his life. Mirabelle, a fierce pink-haired painter, and Dorian, a handsome barefoot man with shifting alliances. These strangers guide Zachary through masquerade party dances and whispered backroom stories to the headquarters of a secret society where doorknobs hang from ribbons, and finally through a door conjured from paint to the place where he has always yearned for. Amid twisting tunnels filled with books, gilded ballrooms, and wine-dark shores, Zachary falls into the intoxicating world soaked in romance and mystery. But a battle is raging over the fate of this place, and though there are those who would willingly sacrifice everything to protect it, there are just as many as intent on its destruction. As Zachary, Mirabelle, and Dorian, Jesus, this is so long, it goes on to a back tab, venture deeper into space and its histories and myths, searching for answers on one another, a timeless love story unspools, casting a spell of pirates, painters, lovers, liars, and ships that sail upon the Starless Sea. Okay, that sounds beautiful, and that sounds really fun. I'm excited to read another Erin Morgenstern book. It's been so long, and I have not reread the Night Circus since I think my first read. I don't think I've ever actually reread the book, but I remember loving it so much. So I'm curious to see how I'm going to love this one, because I already, from that synopsis, I'm already in love. That's the vlog. We're going to be tackling this book. I hope you enjoy the rest. ride. Grab a drink, grab some snacks. I have a feeling this is gonna be a long one. I will see you when I've gotten a little further in. Hello, it is the next day since I last updated you, and I've started and made a little bit of progress in the Starless Sea. I'm on page about 40, and I really kind of just like dipped my toes into like, what is this book going to be? It is definitely a book that is unique in its composition because we're dealing with almost a book within a book, but it's kind of more than that because we're reading the entries before we even understand that that's the entries in the book. So we're following our main character, Zachary, who discovers this book just hidden in his library. The first few chapters that we had read as readers is the first few chapters or stories in this book that he picked up. And so that's really, really, really cool. And Erin Morgenstern's writing is just so nice and flowy and beautiful. Normally when the things get complicated like this, I'm the first one out of there, okay? I'm not about it. I don't want to work that hard, but I want to work that hard for this book. And I'm already really, really intrigued. Everything seems kind of cool and kind of interesting. I think the characters are very vibrant, very different, especially since we have Zachary, who is a huge lover of reading and stories. And then he studies and he's getting a master's in, he calls it like recent media or something like that, but he's studying video games, which I think is also a really cool tie-in. So I'm interested in seeing where this goes and how it develops, but I am definitely intrigued and I'm curious to see how this world of the book is going to tie into what's going on with him and how we're going to get to those more kind of like mysterious and higher stakes kind of like thrills that are to come based on the synopsis that we had read earlier. I'm gonna read for a bit more today. The thing with trying to read at this current point in my life is that there's so much to do. I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as possible. I'm gonna try to read this as quick as possible and at least give myself some time to just read it and enjoy it. I will catch you in another update later on. Hello everyone and happy Halloween! It is actually Halloween and I'm here to give you another update on the Starless Sea because if you can see, I am now past the halfway point. I am on I just ended at book 4? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Yes, I'm on book 4. I am still very, very intrigued by this book. I love the layering that is going on in the story because like I said, this is a story, there's this like multiple stories within stories and they're all kind of like building on top of each other to unravel like this bigger story. I'm still not quite sure what that story is, but we started to unravel the pieces and like the connections going on. We started this vague love story between fate and time, but now we're getting introduced to another love story between Simon and Eleanor, and the book that our main character finds is the book that Eleanor gives Simon, and all of these things are just like starting to like collapse in on itself, and we've met the starless sea that is seeming to recede. It's also intriguing, and I have so many questions and none of them are being answered, but I'm still very curious and I'm still enjoying this a lot. I can see why a lot of people who had issues with the Night Circus like this book better, because there's definitely, even though we're getting like this kind of like murkiness of like what is the true story, we have so much more structure going on in this than we did in the Night Circus, which is a lot of just like vibes. But at the same time, this book is still very reminiscent of the Night Circus in kind of like lyrical way it kind of pulls you into the world and how it unravels its story. It is such great writing. The story is super intriguing. The characters are interesting. And I guess I just want to know what's going to happen. I want to know more and more. And every time I pick up this book, I'm like, what else is going to happen? What other pieces of the puzzle am I going to find and kind of like connect the dots between? I'm intrigued. I want to know what is going on in this place. I want to know how Ezra is connected to it. I want to know what the hell rolling all hearts mean. I want to know so badly. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it today and tomorrow, really, because I'm busy. I can't have time to sit down and read, damn it. Especially because I gotta finish my book club pick, which won't take me long. I think I just need to like sit down and read that again, and then I'll be good to go. And then I have to read through my dissertation. All I want to do is sit and get lost in this book, okay? I just want to get lost in the vibes and the plot and the mystery. I gotta do things. I'll catch you in another update when I've gotten further along, or if I've finished this book, because how this has been going, you get like big chunk updates. That's all we're doing, since I can't spoil anything for you. Maybe we'll have like a spoiler section. I'll put like big text and I can just talk about everything that I'm thinking of, because there's a lot. I'm going to grab some lunch, and then I'm gonna do some dissertation reading, and then I think I'm gonna read my book club pick. I gotta the live show's on Saturdays, so I should really have had it finished. I didn't have it finished, so I'm gonna go do that. I will see you in the next clip. Hello, and welcome to the third week of this vlog. I don't remember when I last updated you. I don't think I've actually read anything since I last left you off, because I'm still on page 323, so I'm just at the start of book 5. Don't think I've touched this book since I really last updated you, because I don't remember what the hell I said in the last clip. And that's just because that week, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And I'm in my office right now because I'm currently trying to sort through the books I just got from the library for my dissertation. Nothing fun, mind you. Nothing fun at all. Just, you know, books to study from. But I wanted to kind of come in and tell you what the hell happened and what is going on. Why haven't I updated? Why haven't I read? And that's because, like I said, everything went wrong. So we start that week off with, I'm at home on Wednesday. No, I was home Monday. I was just chilling around the house doing things, and then I get up from my couch as I'm reading, and I hear like this running water noise, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I thought, okay, maybe it's the sprinklers going off, and I go and I check, and there's no sprinklers, and I'm like, oh no. So like, okay, maybe it's a neighbor next door, and I like go to check outside to see if I can hear it coming from his yard, and then as I pass by the water heater, I hear the noise coming from that closet. So I go, oh no. And look into it, sure enough, there's a leak in one of the pipes and it's spraying the back of the closet and it's obviously leaking. So I go and I shut off the main water line so there's no more water running, and I call my dad to see what's up so he can come and fix it. He could. We just need to replace one line. It's not a hard task, right? Everything's fine. I go take a shower that night. It's all good. And then the next day there's no hot water. The whole water heater decides it's done working. We're thinking maybe there was another leak that was causing it to put out the pilot light, but there was no hot water, and it was a cold week last week. So your girl took a cold shower one night and so that happened. Had her get the whole water heater replaced. More work, more time and energy. Work in itself, tutoring, was a time. Kids decided that this was the week that they wanted to do attitude, which I'm not the one to do attitude with. I think Wednesday and then Thursday I had an upset stomach. No, Thursday was Halloween and it was just super busy. I had teaching and then I had my tutoring job and then I came home and I'm exhausted and I love Halloween. So all I could do was just sit on the couch, watch one movie and eat some candy. And I did that. I watched Blade. It was great. And then Friday comes along and I'm busy again trying to catch up on all these stuff I didn't get to during the week. And Dolores is being weird in that she's no longer putting weight on the leg and it's hurting her when we're stretching it out. Don't know what happened there. That's been fun. She seems to be doing a little bit better now before anyone's really worried. We put her back on the pain medication to kind of like help whatever strain she must have done to it. And she seems to be doing better these past couple days now that she's been back on it. So that's good. But that's been added stress. And then everything that's going on in terms of my dissertation and kind of like what to do with that, that's been added stress. I got another paper thing due this Wednesday. So I'm gonna try to write a little bit tonight and then write the bulk of it tomorrow, which is fine because I have time cut out for that and it's not that hard to do. It's just my thoughts, but I have to have thoughts to do it. And that was another thing going wrong. The book I was reading for this like sect of reading to write this paper, awful, hated it. I had to finish it because it's on my dissertation list and I need to at least be able to say something about it. Oh, and then my sister comes into town because it's my niece's birthday this weekend. So that another layer of things going on. And one thing my niece wanted to do was go to Disneyland because she works for Disneyland, so she was able to get me, my mom, and my sister in for free. We're going to Disneyland for that. I'm keeping track of the time. I'm coming back here to do the lives and the internet's out because it rained on us while we were at Disneyland, so that was fun. Had fun at Disneyland. I'm sure there was clips before this clip, after this clip. There's Disneyland footage somewhere here, right? Had fun, but then can't do the live show, which means it's pushed back another week. So yeah, that's what happened. That's why this vlog is, you know, another week's long because I just can't. I could not finish the book. I had zero time to finish the book. Also because Dragon Age came out and I did dedicate some time to that. I'm not gonna lie, but I waited 10 years for that game. I'm not gonna apologize for not getting to this book and playing that game instead. I haven't put too many hours in, just enough, you know, just a teasy bit. But this is the week the vlog is gonna finish because next week I'm posting it. Mark my words. It is November 5th at 2:05. We are going to have this vlog published next Monday, which is the 11th. Okay, so this book's gotta be done at least by Sunday because Monday I'm getting my hair done, so I'll be gone all day. It will be up, it has to be edited, it has to be posted by Sunday night, and then it'll be available Monday. But that's the goal. That's what we're doing. We are going to finish the Starless Sea, and I'm going to rethink doing single book vlogs because honestly, they're not helpful. Because honestly, as much fun as they are, it's kind of nice when I can include like everything I'm reading and everything I'm doing. So I feel like there's more content for you guys rather than trying to finish a single book during the busiest time of year. November and December, busy, 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 busy. I think I'm gonna go read for an hour or so and I'll come back at you when I have more updates on what's going on in this. Hello, I'm coming at you. It is 3:44, 3:45. So it's been like an hour-ish since I last updated you, hour and a half, and I've made progress in the Starless Sea. I am almost done with it. I just finished books 5. I have one more full book left in this, and then I have like the epilogue or afterwards of sorts. All the puzzles are falling into place. We've gotten all the reveals. We know kind of like where everything's going. I have hints of what's going to happen, but we just got thrown a new piece of the puzzle in that one of Zachary's friends' diary is the next book, and I'm wondering what all this has to do. And we also got kind of, so at the end of each section there's an interlude that is told from a different character's point of view, and the last one we got was Zachary's friend in his graduate program, and the next book is her secret diary, and now I'm curious what's going on with that. How is she going to fit into this story? This book is wild. I love it, I hate it, and I adore it in everything that Erin Morgenstern does, and that her writing is just so complicated, but in like the best ways possible, because her writing is so lyrical and fun. I need to we're gonna do a spoiler section right here, because like I just need to talk all the thoughts I've been having about this book, and there's no way I can do this without being super goddamn vague. So spoilers, if you haven't read this book and you want to read this book, come back when the word spoiler is off the screen, okay? Okay, cool. What the fuck is this book? Oh my god. Every twist and turn has been so complex and layered, because we're dealing with this like mystery of the relationship between fate and time, which have been split up, and we just get told that, hey, Mirabelle is fate and the creeper is time, and Mirabelle, or fate, has like come up with this new plan. She is quote unquote sick of waiting around for the story to change. She is changing it herself, and somehow that the change is in fact Zachary and Dorian, whose whole relationship I want to like, we haven't had enough of Dorian for me to like really truly believe and like care too much about their like actual relationship. Like in fact, these two barely even spend any time talking to each other. We had a really cute scene in book 4 where they're exploring together. That was cute. We get this little whole dancing scene and they're all flirtatious. It's great. But then a lot of the time I'm just told that, hey, they have this like instant connection. And it is almost by fate that they're having this connection, because in the interlude for book 5, Zachary's mother like had a fortune telling that she's gonna have 2 sons, and the second son is her son-in-law. But we also have the painting that was revealed in book 5 of Zachary and Dorian, and their kind of like very romantic relationship and pose, and how there's somehow a combination of all the different sectors of the Starless Sea. So we have Dorian being the sword and the key person, which is the keeper, and then we have Zachary, who is the heart, which still don't quite know what that means. We got this whole like the heart used to belong to the poet nonsense. I have a feeling like it's to do with like the love of the place and like the joy. I think they're another type of keeper, if I'm honest. But we have Zachary being the heart, and Zachary has the sword, and then Dorian has the bee, which is the acolytes, who are kind of like the keepers of the books and kind of like the knowledge, which makes sense. Zachary literally has the actual sword, even though Dorian has a sword on his chest. Like I said, it's all so layered and complicated. And then Mirabelle being fate, I don't know how I feel about it. It's okay, it makes sense. I am happy that we finally found Mirabelle's mom, Eleanor, but she doesn't want to go by Eleanor, so I guess she's going by Lenore. Don't know, we'll figure out that later, I guess. And we just found Simon, which was cool. So now we have to get them back together, but first we have to figure out figuring out that he's in fact Simon, but Zachary just gave him the book of Simon and Eleanor, so hopefully that will help jog his memory and they can get a nice reunited in love, so all my couples can be happy. Right now they're all kind of struggling, as they should. Something's going on. I don't know if the Starless Sea is crumbling, but it sounds like this has happened before, at least in some capacity. So the whole sanctuary is unstable, and so Zachary is trying to find a way to stabilize it and to bring it back to life, because we had the whole Allegra situation, which she's saying she loved this place, but she wanted to close it off. I don't like that logic. I think her as a character was really wasted in this book, because we just got her death, and what was that? She was first killed off screen. 2, I don't understand her logic of loving this place and wanting to keep it off and like saying it's dangerous. I feel like even with the interlude we got of her, I didn't fully understand how she got to that that logic, other than she saw something. Like there's like this mysterious future that she saw that ended up in her losing her eye. But that was because she essentially, it sounded like that she tried to like overreach and she didn't get a clear picture of what's going on. It was too much, hence the lost eye. So I think her whole thing was just underdeveloped. I would have liked to have more of her to see where she got her logic and kind of really understand, maybe even empathize with her about like this place and kind of like the danger of it. Because there is like a dangerous aspect to it because people have been lost in time. They get actually lost here. They get stuck here. Like Eleanor, she fell in and had no way to leave. And then we have people like Simon who ends up losing a hand, I think because of Allegra though. I hope some of that made sense. But like, honest to God, if you read this book, you know how crazy it gets and how hard it is to talk about this book without spoiling it, because as with every Erin Morgenstern book, it is just an amalgamation of different things. It is so easy to trip into a spoiler because she writes in such a lyrical and mysterious way that the story has to unfold the more you read it. And like, that's super well done. I am not complaining. I knew that going in that this book was going to be a trip, and by God is it a trip, and I am very much enjoying it. But my brain needs a break. So I'm going to be done reading this for tonight. I will try to finish this tomorrow because I don't have as long of a workday as normal. So I might come back home and read this after I get done off work, because I'll be done at 5:30. Which is nice because normally I'm done at 7:30 and I don't want to do anything after that. But I think I will come back and read this a little bit. I will catch you and have another update. This probably when I finish it, maybe before then if something really fucking crazy happens. But otherwise, I will see you guys later. Hello, it is 8:45 of Saturday, November 9th, and I just got finished with the live show that was delayed for October. So if you were there, I was happy to see you. I enjoyed some conversation with Princess. We got plans brewing for that. If you were there, you know, but we'll save that for December. But I wanted to come on right now because I finished The Starless Sea, and my God, Erin Morgenstern. I don't know what it is about this woman, right? Because I don't like confusing books. I don't. They're a lot of effort. Oftentimes frustrate me because I'm just like, what is going on? I want to know, and I'm not given answers, and I won't be given answers until the final few moments. And sometimes that can be gratifying, and sometimes that could just be, ugh. Right? But there's something about Erin Morgenstern where I'm okay with being confused the entire time because her writing is so beautiful and it's so satisfying in the way all the pieces end up clicking together. I'm not mad about it. In fact, I'm really, really happy I read this and like really enjoyed myself. So in terms of like not spoiling anything, because I feel like this is a book you should go in pretty blind because you're meant to be confused and that's part of the journey. And I think half the fun of like figuring out what is going on and like trying to piece together the puzzles is half the joy of Erin Morgenstern's writing because it's so complex. Everything means something. Every little detail has a payoff later on, and her lyrical writing just like sinks you into it that you don't even mind being confused. As much as like I was like, what is going on? What is happening? I was here for it every second. I was here for it, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I like the ending of this. I didn't think I was gonna like the ending, just like what happened. Like if you know, you know. But then it all fell in such a good way, and like the whole last book that it was centered around, and how it connects, and then what it meant, what the crown and the heart and the feather meant. So yes, I enjoy this a lot. I end up giving this 4 stars, and my God, Erin Morgenstern. I don't know what it is about you. I don't know what it is about your writing, but I will read every book this woman puts out. Even though I will say, this is not a book you want to read if you're tired or if you're not in the mood to have to pay attention. Because this is a book, Miss Ma'am, I know I gave you peanut butter. Can you not? I'm sorry if you can hear her licking. She had to take some pain pills and she won't do it unless it's in peanut butter or wrapped in meat, and I don't have meat, so peanut butter it is. So sorry if you can hear her licking in the background. I will read everything this woman writes. I love this edition. Like, look at that. Look at her. Stunning. I wish I owned the Waterstone edition with the pretty stenciled edges. You know, I didn't. So if anyone knows where I can get a copy that won't cost me a limb, leave a comment down below, you know? Just help a girl out, because I would I would like a pretty copy of that book because I really enjoyed it. I like Night Circus more. I will say that. But I appreciate this one a lot because she took the same elements of Night Circus, and I've said this a million times in this vlog, so I'm sorry if I'm saying it again. But she took the elements of Night Circus and she added a little more structure for the people who had a hard time following Night Circus, because Night Circus is very much a story that is wavy. And like, that's the best way I can explain it. Like, if you've read the book, you understand what I mean. Like, it's very much like formless. The plot blends so seamlessly in and out of itself that it's hard to describe to people like what Night Circus is about, truly. And I feel like I could explain what the Starless Sea is about. For people who really enjoy the Night Circus, there's still that like waviness going on and complexity. But for people who like, I needed like something to like grasp onto, like some plot to like ground me through all the like craziness going on, this book has that. Would definitely recommend. Especially if you didn't like the Night Circus, I definitely recommend that you try this one because she's a brilliant writer. She is an amazing and phenomenal writing, especially in terms of like imagery. It's beautiful, it's lyrical, and it sinks, like it really like sinks into you. I always think about her writing and like just like the lingering images that are left. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed my reactions and confusion to this book. That's gonna be it for me. If you like this video, consider leaving a thumbs up and a comment down below. Let me know if you've read this book. If you haven't read this book, what are you interested in possibly in reading this book? Or what do you think of Erin Morgenstern's writing? Did you read The Night Circus before? Let me know in the comments down below. But otherwise, that's gonna be it for me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!